Hey, Samore Love bugs, what's up, what's going on, and welcome to my brand new channel for reviews, recaps, and everything else, okay? Guys, be sure to subscribe if you have not yet done so. Also, be sure to share this video wherever you like to share videos, and don't forget to give it that good old like. So now, I did this show when it first came out, like the first season, but then I kind of stopped when they did their break, and then now for season, I think this is season 2 now, I'm starting all over again. And that, of course, was on my channel that I previously had before it was gone. Okay, so yeah, we're starting completely fresh. This is a new year, new channel. So I'm very happy that Haves and Have-Nots is back. I'm also thinking about when, what is it called? If Loving You Is Wrong, I'm most likely going to be doing that one as well when it comes back on. Because I want to start doing not just solely reality shows, also like regular shows as well. Even though those can be a little bit difficult and, you know, to remember the character names because they don't show it on the screen like how they do with the reality shows. But after watching it a while, it starts to get accustomed to the names. And, of course, if I say a name wrong, you guys will correct me as you have done before. Alright, so with this one, first we had Wyatt. He was like walking around aimlessly, just walking around the place, looking, searching. It's like, what the heck? Dude, what the hell are you searching for? He's just walking around. And I'm you know, this brings me back to what happened to Amanda. You know, wasn't she the one walking around in the last episode that we saw? I can't really remember. It's kind of vaguely there, you know, but I'm thinking that wasn't she walking around with a gun, or am I mixing up the episodes? But anyways, back to this episode. So he's walking around, he's looking all around the place, and then he ends up in his father's study or his father's office. He looks over at the liquor, and you already know he has his addiction and everything. He's not supposed to be drinking any liquor. He's not supposed to be consuming any alcohol or using any narcotics or anything like that. So he looks over at it, and it looks like his mind is just like going, like, you know, and it seems like he's looking for a way to relieve his stress. And he goes over, takes the glass, you know, and I'm like, maybe he's not going to drink it. Maybe, just maybe he's not going to drink it. But he sits down, he sees his father's phone. He's like, what would the code be? See, that's why y'all gotta be making some tougher codes, because your family, if they know you like that, they're gonna be like, okay, it's probably gonna be this. So you gotta make them tough codes with some exclamation marks and all kind of stuff like that, so that people don't be able to get into your code so easily, you know. And that's one good thing about the passwords, even though I get my passwords confused all the time and have to always reset them. You know, now you can put like asterisks and all kind of little symbols and stuff like that. Not in all formats of passwords, but in a lot of them you can do that now. So anyways, he finds out the password, and he sees all these messages between Candace and Jim. So it's like, it's proven now. Now he knows. Like, so now he going hard with the liquor. He there's like, you know, he guzzling away because he's like, dang, like my father was really doing this woman right here. Like, they talking about love and this and that and what they doing to each other, and it was just like, wow. Like, there's no way you can pretend like there was nothing going down with them. So, from there, Hannah, she's having a welcoming party for Benny because, you know, he's back home, and he's well now. He's back from the dead. And it seems like she's really starting to feel this Michael dude, you know, the grandfather of the little girl that was killed by Wyatt. It seems like she's really like falling for him a little something. You know, she almost fell for that other dude. I forgot his name. I think it was Aaron or something like that. But then she found out that he was just a snake in the grass. But for this dude, she's like smiling and just looks like really happy and stuff like that. So Benny, he was acting all like super protective, like how boys do, especially when they're like the only boy or the oldest boy and there's no father in the house. They tend to just be on some, oh, who's that, you know? Even my son tried to play that one day. He was just on some, oh, who's that, or something like that along those lines, or oh, he gotta protect me, and I'm like, ew, like, little boy, you better go sit down. You still hold my hands across the street. You better get away from me with that. But yeah, boys tend to do stuff like that. I mean, if they love their mom and their mom has been there for them, a lot of times that's the way that goes down. So Candace, she stops in at the party to kind of just see her brother and everything like that. And somehow the conversation comes across, oh yeah, because Catherine was supposed to come, but they both laughing like, Catherine is not coming here. She, at 2 o'clock in the morning, she coming to see, no, at 1 o'clock in the morning, she coming to the hood, yeah, okay. But, what's her name, Hannah, was looking around, really thinking that she was going to come. So, they just talk about how, she mentions the fact that they're evil people, and they're ruthless and stuff like that. And she says what Jim did to her friend, which is actually her, tied him up in the basement and did all these crazy things and had people do these things to him or whatever. But she was like, he's about to get his. Like, her friend is getting revenge, which is pretty much her. She's getting her revenge on Jim. So meanwhile, what she's doing, she got her boys from the hood. They went to go snatch him up right quick, put a bag over his head, did the same craziness that he did to her, what had done to her, is what she had done to him. So she's about to like really make him suffer. And it looks like she's going to be using her body as a weapon. You know, because he's nothing but a little freak. And yes, he does care about her. Well, or he did care about her until he was doing all that craziness. But I think at the end of the day, he does, because he didn't let her get shot. He could have if he didn't care that much. I think it was more so a scare tactic to kind of get her out of his life, because he sees that she herself is so vindictive, you know? She's poison. That girl is poison. And following that, she kind of like, she talks to them and tells them, you know, keep him busy and stuff like that, and just make sure that they're holding him down until she gets there, because she's about to come back. Benny didn't really want her to leave. He wanted her to stay there, make sure she was safe, but she wasn't really trying to hear that. She's just making sure that she goes and handles her business. So she kind of pulls a fast one on him, makes believe that she's in the bed, put a little pillow real quick like how the young kids be doing when they trying to sneak out the house, and she was out. The next scene that they showed was David and Maggie. Oh my gosh. And you know what? At the end of the day, this is going to sound bad. I could care less about him if he was to cheat on Veronica, because I feel like she's a nasty person. She really is. And the way that she treats, see, there goes the name thing where I be forgetting people's name. The way that she treats her son it's going to come back to me. The way that she treats him is horrible, you know, and she just is trying to change him and not allow him to be the person that he needs to be. And then she talks to David like, you know, she doesn't talk to him very respectful. I feel like she just tries to be the boss and that's it. She doesn't know how to let him be the man and just kind of let him lead. Like he talks and she knows that he's speaking, but she doesn't really acknowledge what he's saying or care about what he's saying. It's what she says that goes. And I feel like he's been crying out for help from her to try to be there more physically and, you know, everything else. He even tried to call her, and she just want to be stubborn and like not answer the phone, just being vindictive and stuff like that. So that's on her, you know. At the end of the day, whatever she gets is what she gets. So yeah, so he's in there with Maggie, and he's just like drinking because he's a good person, and he doesn't, it's like, although he's attracted to her, he still doesn't want to be a cheater. So he's trying his best to not do that. So it looks like, what's going on? Oh, okay. It was telling me that Empire's coming on tomorrow. Okay, it also came up there as well, but at least it's still recording. So, yeah, and what was I gonna say? Veronica, she she's back in her house, and them two are there, and they're just kind of like making out finally, like after he gets a few shots in. She's like in some lingerie, and they're making out. They ended up going on the bed, but he was just like, I can't do this. And she looks like she's understanding of, she's pretty much going with his flow. Like, if you say, let's go, she's ready to go. If you say, nah, chill out, like, I'm not even trying to do this, then she's going to respect that as well. Or it seems as though that's what she's going to do. Or maybe she just doesn't want to seem like she's too hungry for him right now. She's going to let it play out the way it plays out. She don't want to seem super thirsty, So, once he says that, she's just like, I understand. He's like, I've never cheated or anything like that, and I don't really want to do that. So they just like sitting there, laying in the bed. It was inappropriate at the end of the day because they were still like not fully clothed and like all close to each other. They looked like they were about to kiss some more, even though if they weren't gonna do anything, they're still in the bed together. So now they show a scene. Oh, his name wasn't Aaron. His name was Byron. So Byron, which is that detective guy, he goes to the party, and Hannah, she just wasn't having it. He tried to bring some beers, like, oh, here's for the party. She's just like, nah. And then she asked him, like, did Jim hire you? And he was like, yeah. And it's because she heard what she heard in the kitchen, and he wanted to make sure that it didn't get out. But she was like, well, I was wrong. But I think that deep down, even though she's saying that she was wrong, she knows that she was right. And for him to do all of that extra stuff, that just kind of proves even more that she was right and he was trying to hide something. So she wasn't really having none of that whole Byron trying to come back into her life situation. Plus, she got Michael upstairs. He was super drunk, so he was upstairs in the bedroom. So she's just like, nah, like, you gotta go. I don't want you. You're a liar. I don't trust you. And I don't blame her. Once you get burned by somebody, you're not supposed to trust them again. That's just giving them room to try to do it again if they want to. Because they're like, okay, she trusts me. If they want to try to hurt you again, they can. So Veronica, she tried to call David a few times on the phone, and he wasn't answering. So she started to get suspicious because she already know that Maggie's in one hotel and he's in another hotel. So she's just like, nah, this ain't cool. Like, why is it that he's not answering the phone? Something ain't right. So she started putting on her little sneaks. I'm like, okay, putting on the fancy sneakers. And when she's getting ready to leave, this dude is downstairs. What's his name? Quincy. The one that she hired to get Candace. He's downstairs. He looked like he tried to rape her or something like that, but she was on some gangster-ish. Like, she names his whole entire family. And then she said, I'm sorry. Then she said that she was going to kill all of them. That part, it seems kind of fake to me. The reason why, because I just don't see her as the, oh, I'm going to kill all your family. If she would have said, like, yeah, I know that they're part of a gang ring, or they're part of a drug ring, or they sell narcotics, something like that. If she would have said that, it would have been more believable, and like, I'm going to get them all arrested, I'm going to bring them all down. It would have been more believable for me, as opposed to saying, I'm going to kill them all. Like, girl, you're not going to kill anybody, so please. But I think she was trying to put up that gangster facade to make sure that he doesn't do anything to her, because that's what she did the last time he was in her house. But I don't know, 3 times the charm. So if he comes back there again, he might just, do what he wants to do. But I guess we shall see if that happens. But anyways, once she said that, it kind of deterred him from messing with her and allowed her to get her composure back together. Because at the end of the day, she was scared. But she was putting this front to make him feel like she wasn't intimidated. Because once you show them fear, that's when a lot of times your abuser or whatever tries to get you, is when they see fear. But when you're so gay, so they're like, damn, like, this ain't even gonna be fun anymore if she's like this, crazy and stuff. So yeah, back to the hotel. Pretty much the last scene was Maggie and David in the bed, like I was saying, just kind of cuddled up, I guess they were about to start talking. he was saying that he wasn't gonna do anything, he can't, and they were just like this. Like it looked kind of cute, but Veronica, she came up to the hotel. She tried to call him to hear if she hear his phone going off. I don't think she heard it, or maybe she did hear it, which is why she called the room service, or she called management. She was like, "Oh, I locked myself out of my room. Would you be able to let me in?" And of course, they have the same last names. Plus, she's a powerful person, so they're most likely going to let her in. So it's about to go down. I think in the hotels, they're not even supposed to like really let you know, like if your husband is there. Or maybe it's certain hotels, from what I heard, like there's supposed to be some kind of confidentiality thing where they're not supposed to give out that information. But I'm not 100% sure. It might just be certain hotels, maybe some high profile ones or something like that. But I read that somewhere. It wasn't recently that I read it though. But it kind of stuck out to me when I saw this scene play out. I'm like, somebody gonna get fired. In the real world, somebody would get fired. But yeah, she's just like, "Oh, I know it's late, but I locked myself out of my room. Can you please have someone come up ASAP to let me in?" And of course, they showed a few scenes from the next one, and they showed that it looked like she's gonna be slapping up the girl. And it's crazy because I'm like, yo, if you getting beat up, you should at least got something good. If you gonna get slapped up, I mean, it should have at least been worth it. You know what I'm saying? She should have at least got a little something from David, because you getting beat up for nothing now. I mean, I guess because it was inappropriate and they were both in the bed, so it's grounds for suspicion. No one's gonna believe you if you said, "Oh, we didn't do anything." That's like the normal thing to say. It wasn't me, you know. Shaggy said it best a few years ago, so we know that classic line. So I guess there's nothing you can really say unless she goes with a little camera. "Let me see up in your legs, Maggie. Let me look up in there." That's the only way she'll really know if they really did anything or not. So it makes sense. So yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm so happy that it's back. This is my show. Tyler Perry, keep doing your thing. I'm acting like he actually watching this. But anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Laters.